lovely people. How's everyone doing? Just wanted to drop a quick video. Please, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I was just motivated to say something. So recently, I read about a young lady who traveled to the to Canada to study. Well, unfortunately, she briefly fell ill and died in her room. I don't know her for how long, she was by herself before she passed. But um, when I read that news, honestly, I was so sad. I felt so bad for her. I felt so bad for her family. This is someone who was full of ambitions, who had vision, who had, you know, a very good reason to leave her country wherever she traveled from to go to Canada. Unfortunately, life happened. She fell sick. I don't know how serious the sickness was, but the news said that she died in her room. Now, the quick message that I just wanted to drop here is, guys, I know some of us can be very, very private. Maybe we just want to keep to ourselves. We rather do everything solo. Maybe as a result of your personality or because of life experiences, like in the past, maybe people have disappointed you. You just don't want to deal with people. You just don't want to deal with drama. But essential in life, we need people. Like we need ourselves. We need each other. And as much as we want to be private and keep to ourselves, in this age and time, it's not advisable for you to do life alone. It's not advisable for you to do solo. I mean, I'm not saying you can have your quiet times, your private moments. Every man should have a time for themselves. Even if you're a married person, you're in a relationship, there are times where you need privacy to reflect, to rejuvenate. You don't need to be around people all the time. But essentially what I'm saying is you need people around you, you need family, you need companions, you need acquaintances, you need people, colleagues that you trust, that you can relate with, once in a while. For example, if maybe peradventure this lady had a friend around her when she was sick, I'm sure someone would have called 911 and she could have been rushed to the hospital, and maybe that life would have been saved instead of, the disaster that happened. Unfortunately, may her soul rest in peace. But this year, 2026, even if your name is Solomon, even if your name is Solomon, Solex, please don't roll solo. Have friends. Be deliberate about checking in on your friends once in a while. Like, what my last video, there was nothing I said in that video. I just simply made a video saying, hello, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. That was me just randomly checking in. Like, I mean, sometimes when you really ask people, how are you? They would just be like, I'm fine. But depending on how close you are with this person, I mean, honestly, you can be like, I mean, really, are you fine? Are you okay? Again, there's something I noticed in our working places. Sometimes we just want to mind our business, and some people are not even like they do not even apply emotional intelligence when dealing with people. You are so harsh and so rude to people in your place of work. Like, even if you're a leader, even if you're the boss, be accessible, be approachable, be someone that your teammates, your colleagues can come to. Like, if they're going through stuff, even if it's affecting their job, be kind enough to ask, is there anything I can do to help you at this time? It could be there's something they are going through at home or someplace in their life that is affecting their output or their performance on their job. Be very, very deliberate about finding out how people are doing. Don't be very selfish. Like when someone tells you, oh, they are not feeling well, or maybe their daughter, their husband is sick, you just shove it like, I don't care. Like, you just want them to get the job done. I mean, yeah, the whole goal is productivity, but productivity that's affects your colleague to the extent that something happens to them and you don't know, and maybe when you God forbid and something terrible happens, maybe the person passes, you'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know it was that terrible, I didn't know it was that bad. How would you know if you didn't even take a moment to ask them how they are doing? So please, this year, let's be accessible and let's make good friends, quality friends. I don't mean like just going around making friends with just anybody. I know, yeah, in this age and time, it takes a whole lot to actually trust people, because yeah, some people have disappointed us in the past, but trust me, not everyone is bad, not everyone is evil. That's why you need to be intentional about making quality friends. In my own opinion, I would say choose your friends. Choose your friends wisely. Don't like be intentional about the qualities that you look forward to having in your friends, and make sure that you meet the right people who have those qualities. And yeah, before you trust anybody, because I've always heard the things like, oh, bad things happen to good people. And I think that bad things happen to good people, because they trust everyone in their lives. They think everybody is as good as them. Everybody have a kind heart just as theirs, but it's not always the truth. So because the world is evil, not everybody is as good as you. So people have to people's patience should be tested. People's trust should be tested before you can trust them. Yeah, don't trust people unless you know them that well. And give people benefits of the doubt. Don't just conclude everybody's evil. In conclusion, this year, don't rise solo. Make friends with good people. Also, you to be a good person, because you can't give what you don't have, and in order to receive you need to give, right? So be a kind person who calls on your friends to check in on them, like, and be deliberate about their well-being. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay, and all of that. Yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. I said I wasn't going to do any video this about I wasn't gonna do any serious video anymore, but here am I just got prompted to say this because I know, I mean, the year is just starting, and I mean, some of us are already making a decision to rise solo. I don't want friends in my life anymore. I don't want my dad. I don't want my mom. I don't want any of you in my life. Honestly, people have offended me too. They have done some things terribly. Like, I don't want to get into details, but if I told you my own experiences, even from my family members, that could have warranted me not to even be open to speaking to anyone. But yeah, forgiveness is something that we all receive from God freely every day. We offend God every day as human, but you know what? He's so patient with us. He's so loving to always embrace us and forgive us. So who are we not to forgive others who have offended us? So if someone has wronged you, forgive them. Be receptive, be loving, be kind with your words, and also be accessible. Like, don't be uptight always. Yeah, be approachable. Thank you. I love you guys. Please, I'm begging you, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow this channel. In fact, I'm still even trying to find my niche at this point. I'm thinking of going into full-time lifestyle content, and that's because, like, it takes me a whole lot. I'm always very busy, work, a whole lot of things. So when I come back and I'm so tired, I'm always feeling like, no, I can't make a video. And also, in order to make a video like this, I don't think you would love to see me looking, raggedy. So I mean, it takes a lot for me to dress up and just want to talk. So sometimes I'm like, let me just do a lifestyle. The moment I'm getting dressed, let me get you involved in my activity or something like that. Yeah, guys, still let me know what you think about that idea. Do you think you would love it, or you want me to continue with this? Thank you. I love you guys. Bye.